Okay, so for those who don't know me, my name is Meredith Oram. I am a fitness and nutrition consultant at Below the Fork. I'm also a certified group fitness instructor, a certified health coach in training, and I'm a digital marketer. I was in the agency world for the better part of a decade, but ultimately decided that corporate America was not for me, so I left mostly to become a stay-at-home mom, but now I've merged all my passions together, fitness, nutrition, and social media, and here I am today. So, Ava Anderson Non-Toxic. If you guys have been following along with me the last couple weeks on January 27th, I had published a blog post called Ava Anderson Scandal, Why It Impacts Female Entrepreneurs. And that's the most hits I've ever gotten on any blog post, which was really cool. But it brings into light a situation that's very near and dear my heart and one I've had many mixed emotions about. So just to give you some background info if you're unaware of what has been happening with Ava Anderson Non-Toxic. First of all, they are a company, or I guess I should speak past tense because they just closed down on the 27th. They're a company that offers personal products. They tout how they have all non-toxic ingredients, and not only do they offer products like that, but their whole mission of their company is to educate and inform people how important it is to use organic, non-toxic ingredients, particularly on your skin. It was created by Ava Anderson. She was 14 years old when she was sitting at the kitchen table with her parents, and they decided to start this company. It is a amazing story about a female entrepreneur who had a dream at age 14 and went for it, and they are, as of the beginning of 2016, were a $50 million company. They are one that it's mostly in New England because they are based out of Rhode Island. So I'm being from New England. A lot of my friends are consultants, and they really love the products, and I really love the products. So it was very shocking, surprising when it was all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, Ava Anderson decides to walk away from her company amid all this controversy because a blogger, let me get this right, Eco-Friendly Mama USA, was calling them out on some of the ingredients in their products. She felt that particularly their dish soap was sudsing when it shouldn't, because based on the ingredients listed on the label, there was no way that that sort of emulsification or that sudsing, but all that bubbling would occur based on what they listed on the label. So that is kind of, everyone's calling her like the whistleblower. I know there were others. And so I just wanted to talk today because Jess Brandt, who is the voice behind ecofriendlymamausa.com, she is very, very passionate about this, and her whole purpose of her website is basically to her motto is, I'm a label reading mama on a mission to find the safest products on the market. So there have been moments throughout, particularly at the beginning of this whole thing, that I thought, what's up with this lady? Like, why is she so, why is she trying to call out Ava Anderson? And there's a lot of people, particularly among the consultants and those who are huge loyal fans of Ava Anderson, who have said this lady is crazy, don't listen to her, forget her, she's got no life, you know, lots of sort of angry comments, which for a while I kind of got, but I've completely kind of changed that. I think this woman is doing what we as a country fail to do within our organic segment, and that is find the truth. There's a lot of what they call greenwashing. There are companies that intentionally use marketing lingo and verbiage to suggest that they have all natural products or all natural ingredients within their products. They want to align with, you know, most people's desire to help the environment. I think that's a lot where it started, people wanting to help the environment, and so companies changed that labeling, and now people don't want to have chemicals, so they're changing their their labeling and their slogan and like new formulations and stuff like that. So that's really what greenwashing is. But we look to companies like Ava Anderson Non-Toxic, who we believe and trusted were having, we're creating these products that we all could use safely for ourselves, for our families, for our children. I mean, they created an entire skin line and makeup and household cleaning products. Like, I just really, really love Ava Anderson. Well, and if you had seen my last Periscope or my blog post about it, you should go back and check that one out. But the updated part is, so this Jess Brandt from Eco-Friendly Mama USA, she used her own money to submit products to a laboratory to have them tested. And I think that's actually pretty amazing, that's how passionate she feels about this. And I'm past thinking that she has any ill intention. She is just trying to educate and promote healthy living and all natural products, which that's what Ava Anderson was trying to do. Ava Anderson is a self-described lobbyist for the organics community. So when people are saying that Jess is, being a bully, or she's, needs to get a life or whatever, how is that any different? What she's doing is lobbying. That's the exact definition of a lobbyist, is going after what you believe, trying to prove and persuade others that that is the right way to do things. And her entire message is just making sure that what you put on a label matches with what is actually in the product. So I just thought it was interesting, and I wanted to talk a little bit. I won't go through all the reports. I think you should actually go to her website to check it out, because she got the results from the laboratory. And here's one thing that I really respect about what she's done versus what the actual Ava Anderson Non-Toxic company is doing. She actually posted the reports, including signatures, the company's name, of the laboratory who conducted these tests on these products. Now, that has been the missing component from Ava Anderson. And no, I'm still calling it Ava Anderson because they haven't announced what the new company's name is. So that's why I'm just going to continue to use that. They are supposed to announce on it keeps changing. At first it was supposed to be February 1st. The last I saw was the 17th. Sorry, I got a notification, was the 17th. So I don't know when they're going to create their new brand, but they're still having their consultants go out, have parties, sell their product, get it off the shelves for 20% off, and then they'll come out with whatever the new name is. So for the sake of ease, I'm still going to call it Ava Anderson Non-Toxic. So she used those products. And so Ava Anderson Non-Toxic, they had released a report, which I talked about in my last video, which is within that blog post on belowthefork.com. And they never said what laboratory they used. And everyone's argument for that was, well, they're protecting the lab. The laboratory doesn't want that sort of media attention. Do they? Like, is that really an argument? I don't think it is. I think these laboratories, they're protected, they have insurance, they should want their name associated with their test results. Otherwise, what sort of shady laboratory are you using? So I really respect that what she published on her website yesterday, and now I'm talking to Eco-Friendly Mama USA. Sorry, I always forget her name, so I just want to make sure I get it right. The laboratory is in Quebec, Canada, and it's called Phytochemia. And I'm looking here, it's their logo, it's their signature, it goes how they went through everything. Now, the results aren't as bad as I think some people may say they are. That being said, I have a whole opinion on it because it is proving that the ingredients in the product versus what's on the label do not match up. So this isn't necessarily like, oh my gosh, turns out Ava Anderson Non-Toxic was using all these chemicals. They were not, make no mistake. They were not putting chemicals into their products. However, there are a lot of mismatching happening, and then also some questionable quality of the ingredients. And I'm pretty sure that the slogan for Ava Anderson is something along the lines of quality ingredients. So for instance, the eye cream, which if you want to, you can go on the website and see their full report if that interests you. But the eye cream, nothing was unidentified on the label. However, the label included ingredients that aren't actually present within the product itself. In the diaper cream, there is synthetic aromas and a like low quality diluted version of essential oils. Now I will tell you, I love essential oils. I diffuse them all the time. When I first got into essential oils about a year ago, I just, with my diffuser that I bought, I got a free sample of an oil or something, and it was crap. Like, it was absolute crap. It didn't smell. It was probably like 90% water. And you know, these companies are trying to fake the funk with essential oils, whereas if you're using something like plant therapy or doTERRA or Young Living, like, you're getting a very high quality essential oil that was made correctly. So do I think there's anything harmful in Ava Anderson products? No, I don't. However, I have a huge problem with the integrity behind that company. And I think it was really interesting. So I'm still getting a lot of comments on my original blog post. And someone said the other day, because there's been a lot of people saying, and know that I've gotten a lot of positive feedback. Like, so I don't think I'm being very controversial, because I'm just seeing it from a different perspective, because I'm still using my Ava Anderson products. I love those products. Will I buy them again? Probably not. Just because I can't trust a company that isn't being forward with the results of their tests. They're being shady. They're not. My whole blog post was about how they just need to hire a crisis PR firm. That's all they needed to do. It's not that hard. It's not that foreign of a concept for a company to be going through a crisis. There are PR firms, public relations firms, that exist solely to help companies when they find themselves underwater. And I believe with the way all of this has played out, so much would have been avoided had they just hired a crisis PR firm. So anyway, someone had commented on my blog post about how, you know, they don't care if this company was created by a 50-year-old man or a teenage girl. What it comes down to is integrity and honesty, and to be forward in not only your ingredients in your product and your labels, but in how you handle everything before you. And that was such a good point, because so many people, I think, are more sensitive about this because it's Ava Anderson non-toxic and she's a 22-year-old woman. Now, I feel a lot of people are still acting like she's 14. She's a 22-year-old woman. And I'm sorry, someone who starts a business at age 14 is probably, like, she's way smarter than me. I'm 10 years her senior, so, you know, she can't have some super low, you know, I struggle with that argument, because it's almost like, oh, well, she's the weak little flower, whereas would they be like harsher and meaner if it was a 50-year-old man's company? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, another part of the message that I do want to talk about, so that's sort of the reports that came out from Eco-Friendly Mama. They're there for you to see on her website, and it is disappointing because there's a, you know, it doesn't match up, the ingredients in the product versus what's on the label. But I want to talk about how we're treating the consultants. Now, I'm not a consultant, but like I said, I really love Ava Anderson products. It's all that I use on my face. It's still what I'm currently using, because I'm just like, if you actually, side note, if you guys have any organic non-toxic products that you love, please let me know. Tweet me or message me. Go to belowthefork.com/contact. Tell me what you love to use, because I'm in the market for new products because I really don't think I'm going to trust a company that has so many red flags where they are not addressing the problem head on. They just said, oh, Ava Anderson, she's gone, we're going to rebrand, and they're focusing only on the rebranding and making excitement as if it was planned like this all along, when there are still so many issues. There's probably going to be major lawsuits, and there's just a lot going on that, oh my goodness, could have been avoided again if they would have just gotten a crisis PR firm. So, but these consultants, I feel so bad for them, because they're so passionate about their product, as they should be. It was an amazing cause. It's something that everyone needs to educate. I always think of like MLM companies, I separate them mentally into two different categories. One is the fun, whatever, Jamberry, Pampered Chef, Tupperware, all of those where they're nice little fun enhancements to life, but they're not life-changing. Whereas we have the ones that are truly life-changing, like Ava Anderson Non-Toxic, Beachbody, like those ones where you're Advocare, like just all those ones where you're really changing lives. Like it's something to get behind, and know that that's not anyway. So Ava Anderson, I believe that those consultants truly believe that they were improving people's lives. And they were. I really think they were. And they can in the future. However, I've seen it already that people are getting a little bit feisty and acting like the consultants are not to blame, but that they are stupid or naive or, any sort of those insulting type words if they continue to sell these products. I don't think that's fair, and I don't think that's necessary that anyone say that. It is, again, I'm not a consultant. I don't know what's happening on the inside. What I do know, however, is complete strangers, people who just read my blog post and they're emailing me they're emailing me because they want to remain anonymous. They don't want to put a comment within my blog post because they don't want others to see, because they're consultants, and I completely understand, I completely respect them, and I actually really think it's so cool when people take the time and it's like, oh, well written, well thought out things, but it's coming from consultants that are like, I have no idea what to do, and they've told me some things that have happened on the inside. But I'm not a consultant. I don't know exactly what the new company is saying to their consultants. I don't know what they're sharing or how they're truly handling this controversy. It does seem from the majority of comments that they are ignoring it and they are focusing on the excitement of the rebrand as if that's the only thing to do just because Ava left, and that it's not because of all this other issues with the labeling. But I don't know. So I think probably the advice that I would give a consultant, and what I have given most of them, I'm saying wait it out. See what happens. Don't make a decision right now in this moment, in the heat of it. If anything, just to kind of see how it plays out and have that inside look on it, just out of, if it's not a huge financial burden to you to do that, which it shouldn't be because it's not like they're paying monthly dues to be consultants, just to see on the inside and see how it works. And then, it's going to take a couple months and see what happens, because it's very interesting. I find it very interesting that there's no national media news picking this up, because I think it's a fascinating story. And I also find it weird that the new company has just remained so quiet. And as a customer, I still have yet to receive an email from home office saying and apologizing and explaining what happened. I find that absolutely unacceptable. I shouldn't have to have a whisper down the lane sort of a thing that my consultant tells me that they hear on the phone call. That's not right. First of all, that company should not be putting those consultants in that position. They need to reach out to their customer base themselves and tell, give us some information. Because if I wasn't so close to this, if I didn't have friends who are consultants, it makes me really wonder if I'd even know. Because otherwise, how would anyone really know that this was all happening? you know, like maybe they're using the products and then they randomly bought them from a random consultant. They don't have any consultants in their Facebook feed. How would they know this is even happening, short of them going to the Ava Anderson website and seeing that still sort of, that letter just bugs me because it's so like obtuse and, you know, doesn't really say anything, stating that Ava Anderson and Kim are the Anderson family's walking away, blah, 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 she's been bullied. You would have no idea. So I just still, that's my one major irk point, aside from the, you know, ingredients not matching up on the labels. So anyway, that is all I wanted to talk about today. So the big takeaway is I wouldn't trust this company. And I'm so sad to have to say that, but just, this has gone way beyond anything. And it's, again, it's not because there was chemicals or toxins in their products. They're still, as a whole, clean products, but there is mislabeling. The ingredients within the products do not match what is listed on the labels. More often than not, it's a crappier version of what they claim. So that's disappointing. I still truly believe that Ava was in the dark. Maybe I want to believe that, but whatever. That's the side I'm taking. I think they were screwed over by their third-party vendors, but there was an easy way out of that, and that was just to handle this head on, to acknowledge what was going on, and to stay committed to a company that you named and brand after yourself, and to see it all through with the guidance of a great public relations firm. So that's my final take on it. I don't really want to talk about Ava Anderson anymore, but I just kind of felt like I owed it to my viewers and readers who have been so supportive and wonderful about that post that I did write. So anyway, thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, again, Ms. Mare Oram at belowthefork.com, or you can go to belowthefork.com/contact, or, you know, leave a comment on my original blog post from January 27th. Thank you guys so much and have a wonderful day.